Hey guys, I'm live on YouTube. Right now I'm going to be restreaming Call of Cthulhu, cause, well, I don't remember doing that. Okay, let me just set some stuff up. Welcome to PlayStation. Make sure you, let's see, Boston Edwards, veteran of the First World War, down his memories. Liquid and seeming pills. He is now a private detective who's trouble facing... What? I totally forgot. Who's trouble finding a case, able to lift a problem. Who's too poor, Pierce must find a new case quickly or risk losing his license. Ooh. A fighting head. It is mercy. May the gods pity the man who is in his callousness can remain sane. To the hideous and H.P. Lovecraft. Oh god, it looks like I'm at Rayleigh's stomach. So disgusting. Oh god. Ew. Disgusting. Man, Rigo, you ate too much. Okay. I'm still crawling. Crawling in my hands. This world is not real. Okay, to move, use la 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 la. Oh, can I look back down there? Ugh. Seaweed. Guts. Well. Okay, let's see. Oh god! Ew. Man, I am so not gonna eat sushi after this. Well, actually I don't really like sushi at all. Ew. Creepy. The chain doesn't work. Let's see, I need to find a way out. Oh. Secret passage. Definitely not creepy. No way out through here. Okay. What was over here? Oh. Weird. Bolt cutters. And other stuff that I don't get. Ooh. I seriously can't see. It's the light. Light. Huh. Oh, what was that? Why is it shaking? Why is it shaking? What is that? What is that noise? Okay. So creepy. Yeah. Okay. Not an answer.
In my wake, hold along. Fate inescapably draws you on.
Cool. I hear voices in my head. That's totally normal, says the guy who talks to himself. Let's see. Nothing here. Oh no.
What a putrid offering.
What is that noise? And I'm terrified. What is this? Oh, gross. So yeah, if you read H.P. Lovecraft's work,
Don't fight. You have been chosen.
okay, voice. Can I do my little intro? I don't care if I was chosen. I want to do my intro. Okay, so like I was saying, if you've read any of H.P. Lovecraft's work, this is based off one of his books called Call of Cthulhu, which I actually am barely reading. It's actually okay. I just don't really get it much because most of his languages are a bit off, and I don't know much English. Don't know much English, or many, or more, or Bleh. I think that would have been a jump scare. Man, this is my jam. Drop the beat.
Behold. Everything has already been written.
Whoa. Fleshy dudes.
But perhaps you will attempt to change your destiny.
Okay. Ooh, man. I should lay off this coffee. Oh, well, whiskey. Yeah. Let's see. How do I play game? Okay, the case. October 20, 1929. Pierce Investigation Agency. The doctor can well repeat to me that I no longer need my remedy to keep my memories at bay. But I know that if I stop, the memories will return. One of these mornings, I probably won't wake up. Despite the treatment again, I hear voices in my dreams, but they are different, unknown. Seems to surface from unfathomable in ancient depths. What nameless creature is calling me? Who? It's a good question. So I guess this is my skill tree, I presume. Let's see. Wait, I can remove. Add, reset. Options to validate. Okay. This is my sanity. Nightmares. Edward Pierce is a veteran of the First World War, where he took part in Meuse Argonne offense. He is one of the few survivors of the Lost Battalion. American units suffered that heavy losses from enemy and Allied artillery fire, forced to hold their position for several days, surrounded by bodies of their fallen comrades. Without food or medical supplies, the soldiers were considered as lost as by their fellow countrymen. Pierce is traumatized by these events. He consumes sleeping pills and liquor and to ward off the nightmares that haunt him. Sanity stable. Confident in your abilities and your Cartesian mind, you conduct your investigation by sticking to the facts. Your conviction and your perception of reality, your conclusion are logical and reliable. Cool. Drink water. I don't got nothing, you don't have any information. Pierce Investigation Agency, my private detective agency contracted to the Wentworth Detective Agency after the Great World War. After the Great War, I decided to set up in Boston, where there is no lack of work for guys like me. One small-time case follows the other. Adulteries, settled scores, disappearances that are not actually disappearances. The old office couch is less comfortable than the real bed, and I should probably get rid of these empty bottles, but this place is mine for the moment. Not much for the clubs, clues, inventory. Well, Lost Battalion, my old lighter that I engraved in memory of the 77th Infantry Division, the man of the Lost Battalion who fell.
A good old story of blackmail in a speakeasy.
The bar owner who hired me didn't like the way I closed this case, but when you're already outside the law, there's no law. No law one can do against a private detective who's got proof against you. Okay. Yeah, let's turn it off. We don't want to get copyrighted.
Natural sciences, linguistics, archaeology. Natural sciences, linguistics, archaeology. Married woman runs off with her girlfriend. The husband couldn't understand it.
Really? Yeah. The husband never understood that his wife had left him. He kept on calling me for weeks after the investigation has been closed. Ugh. That's sad.
The Wentworth Agency doesn't attract top-notch cases. I used to be an avid reader. Been too long since I've slept in a bed. I wonder why I still take these things.
Sleeping pills. The doctors prescribed them when I returned from the war. They swore they would put it into the nightmares, but for a while now, their effect had been wearing off. Interesting. Is that all?
It's been a while since I jotted down something other than my nightmares.
Pierce Investigation Agency. Oh, it's an inventory. Let's see, what did I get? Knowledge. Our owner who hired me didn't like the way I closed this case, but when you're already outside the law, there's no law one can do against a private detective who's got proof against you. Oops. Close case. Okay. Ooh. Inventory. Hey, I'm a detective. And I can do whatever I want. Let's call up.
I'm listening.
Are you Edward Pierce? Private investigator contracted by the Wentworth Detective Agency?
That's correct.
Hello, Mr. Pierce. I'm Lucy Sherifield, in charge of investigators over at Wentworth. I'm calling because of a problem with your file. A fire has destroyed some of our documents.
Is that right?
I'm so very sorry, but I have to collect your personal information yet again.
Really? Why? Nobody really cares about you. Okay. Able to care points. Okay. Echolarians. What do you do? Okay. Echolarians. There's ability to float on. Influences Ability is responsible for your ability to influence those you talk to by your power of speech. Improving this skill increases your chance of convincing or manipulating during discussions. Okay. Strength represents your ability to call on your physical power. Improving this skill increases your chance of forcing doors or mechanisms or of using violence, physical or verbal, during interaction discussions. Medicine represents your medical knowledge. Improving these skills increases your chance of determining the dosage of drugs or making of diagnosis and expressing your understanding of medical problems. Occultism represents your knowledge of the occult sciences. Improving these skills increases your chance of determining the use and origins of occult artifacts and experiences. Enhancing your knowledge of the myth. Psychology represents your knowledge of the human behavior. Improving these skills increases your chance of understanding the motivations of a person based on their behavior or on the analysis of an object. Spot the hidden difference. Spot the hidden Waldo in the picture. No, I'm just kidding. Spot hidden represents your ability to find hidden objects. Improving this skill increases your chance of finding hidden objects, and undiscovered objects will not appear in the game. Okay. So I would probably suggest getting the equilibriums, physical, and what is investigation? It represents your investigation talents. Improving your skills increases your chance of understanding past events, analysis, crimes, or picking the locks. I would say equivalence, just in case. I would also choose strength, and I also need this one. Do I need this? Actually, I need a little. Oh no, I need a bit more of the occultism, because that one's pretty low. Okay, let's see. Yeah, it should be good enough. Okay, so I got 3. I might as well just put these on all these, just in case. But I know I do need the occultism to be a little bit higher. Actually, my highest one is spot hidden differences, so no, actually it's this one. I actually might need to do this one because, you know what, I'll keep it like that. We'll just keep it like that and validate. Yeah, let's just do it like that. Like I said, I need to be a bit more strong, but actually, if I'm already strong, move. I could actually increase this, which actually gives that a 40. That gives me a 30. So I might actually need to increase this. You know what? No. I'll just leave it like that. Validate. Yeah, I'm good.
Thank you for this information, Mr. Pierce. Our files will soon be up to date. And on a related matter, may I raise a sensitive question?
What's wrong?
As you know, we wish to closely monitor the progress of our contractors. And it would seem you've been accepting fewer new cases.
Work is scarce.
Mr. Pierce, you know as well as I do, there's never been more investigative work than now.
But are those cases worth it?
They're worth not losing your license. Show yourself worthy of the Wentworth Detective Agency, and we might keep you on the payroll. Mr. Pierce, are you still...
Ooh, handsome boy.
I'm coming.
Who's at the door? Oh, I was hoping for somebody more attractive, but okay.
Sir, I came here on the advice of a person whom I hold in high esteem. And I must say that I expected anything but a drunkard's lair.
Hey. This is my drunken slayer.
You're free to leave anytime, sir.
Do you know to whom you speak?
Stephen Webster, industrialist and art collector. All of Boston knows you.
Tell me, Mr. Pierce, are you capable of handling a new case, or are you simply a deadbeat inebriate?
If you come to me, it means you're desperate.
Nobody believes me. They take me for an old fool. Sarah, my little girl, she is dead. Even you must know of her. She was Sarah Hawkins.
The painter? Yes. Everyone knows her work.
The police accuse her of killing her family. They all died in a fire. Sarah, her husband, and Simon, my grandson.
I can't do anything for a woman who is already dead.
Find out the truth. They say she was mad, but I know that's a lie. She would never have done such a thing.
But if you have no proof...
She may be mad, but
I've
hey,
brought all that I
mad.
have. Look. I want you to look carefully at this painting. Tell me all the assumptions that come to mind.
I'm more of a Picasso kind of guy.
What am I supposed to find?
Tell me if this is the work of madness. Or if, on the contrary, you manage to detect some logic, a rationality to follow so that I may understand it.
Is that all you want from me?
Yes, please.
All right. I'll look at your picture. That's all you've got? The painting?
I placed a file on your desk. It contains everything I have on the affair.
Okay. Examine the painting, examine Hawkins' file. Let's look at your file, Mr. Hawkins. Okay, Dr. Okay, a strange picture painted by Sarah Hawkins a short while before her tragic death was sent to her father just after the artist died. He is convinced that she is a sender. He brought me the painting so that I could examine it. Stephen Webster, the wealthy industrialist, came to my office. He wants me to reopen the Sarah Hawkins case, named after his daughter, who fought alongside her entire family. I must examine the documents he had compiled in order to know more about the case. Okay. Do you have any clues to this? No. That's all I have. Where's the painting? Let's look at the files before we look at the painting.
A warehouse on Darkwood. Some sketches of the Hawkins family. Rather thin.
Okay, let's check out this file. It's shipping labels. Some of it's unreadable, but I can make out the part of the address. Warehouse 36, Darkwater. The police report says that the fire started in the dining room. And the whole family. The police decided on this, but they never insisted on Sarah Hawkins' mental frailty. Why? A press cutting an article written about the marriage of Sarah and Charles Hawkins, a businessman from the island of Darkwater. They lived in a reclusive life there with her only son, Simon. Okay, so the top left is Sarah, the top right is Charles Hawkins, and that is our little Simon. Yeah. Charles looks familiar. Man, honestly, it just looks familiar. It's been one of the games, I don't remember. Sarah's pretty cute. Simon's okay. Any other information? Nope. Now let's look at the painting.
What's this symbol on the man's chest? It's as if Sarah Hawkins breathed a message into it.
So, Mr. Pierce, what do you make of these elements?
Yeah, let's see. You should have taken this painting. You shouldn't take this painting lighter. Read them environmental fragility and reports. Something's not right about this story. Actually, I actually want to know more about the warehouse 36.
The sender's label mentions Warehouse 36.
That's right. It came with Sarah's last painting.
And you think your daughter could have been the sender?
That is what you must find out. Go to Darkwater. Find Warehouse 36.
Where do you find Warehouse 36? That's all the information I need. You shouldn't take this line. Unlocked. Answer. Actually, where did Sarah live?
Darkwater. Never heard of the place. Where is that?
It's a small, remote island off the coast of Boston. Sarah lived there with her son and her husband.
I suppose you want to ship me off there.
Darkwater holds the secret regarding my daughter, Mr. Pierce. You must uncover it.
Okay. So we know that there's a... Wait, what was the warehouse again?
The sender's label mentions Warehouse 36.
That's right. It came with Sarah's last painting.
And you think your daughter could have been the sender?
That is what you must find out. Go to Darkwater. Find Warehouse 36.
Okay. So we know that Warehouse 36 is in Darkwater, where she lived with her family, okay, her husband and child, which later on died in a fire accident. It's investigation and professional.
You must tell me if what the police suggest about the mental state of your daughter is true.
No. Sarah had visions. Everyone knew that. She never would have hurt a fly. She only thought she saw things.
Saw things? What do you mean by that?
I never knew what she meant by that. My daughter was an enigmatic figure, Mr. Pierce. You must find out the truth about her life and death.
Okay. Okay, something's not right. That's all the information I need. Okay, so I already know that Warehouse 36. Okay, so she had visions. She lives in Darkwater with her family that died, and there's a warehouse with other information. So it's not right, you shouldn't take this lightly. I don't want to say that, because there might be actually some clues to that painting. Professional unlocked answer. Let's check out the... which one should I do? Should I do the unlocked answer or since not right answer? I'm so lost. I don't know what to do. Come on, guys, what should I do? Should I ask him about information? You know what? I'm gonna ask him. I'm gonna do the unlocked answer.
Could be exactly as it appears. I think your daughter is sending you a message.
That's what I believe, too. It was 3 months ago that I received the call from the police telling me of my daughter's death. And yet a short while after, this painting was delivered to my home. The painting is linked to this case, can't you see? You must find the meaning behind all this.
Okay.
Her husband was a big deal on the island. But the police are sticking to the accident theory. Though they mentioned Sarah's mental state was fragile. I believe you are right, sir. This case is not as simple as it appears.
I am aware of that. I believe there is more to this case than just an accident.
The sender's label mentions Warehouse 36.
That's right. It came with...
And you think you're...
That is what you must go to Darkwater.
Okay, so I guess that's all the information I have is that this painting is related to some things are not right with the story, like somebody must have fabricated this whole thing. So she's sending out a clue with a painting. You know what? This is all the information I have, I guess.
I think I'm beginning to understand.
I'm willing to do anything for my daughter to recover her honor.
Quiet down. I'm on your side. Let's sum things up. An artist dies with her family in a house fire. Your only clue is a sort of promontory painting sent from Darkwater right before her death.
Correct. And the rumors about her supposed folly.
Which you don't totally deny.
Find that warehouse. Find out the truth regarding Sarah Hawkins' death. You'll be handsomely compensated.
All right. I'll take the case. I'll go to Darkwater and look into the death of your daughter.
Thank you, Mr. Pierce. I didn't expect any less coming from a man in your situation.
Something's queer. But it's not like I have a choice. Darkwater. I think I've got a book on the North Atlantic. I'll no doubt find some information on this island in there.
Okay. But before that, can I get a little drink? Cause, things are gonna get... Have a drink. Okay.
Darkwater is off the coast of Boston. But I've never heard of it. According to this book, it was often mentioned during whale hunting times at the end of the 19th century. But it seems to have been shunned since then.
Oh. Darkwater Island has been inhabited since the 14th century, that it's still rich with many memories left by its lost tribes. But don't let the romanticism of these moving evidence of such naive and primitive beliefs fool you into forgetting how violent their gods were. A gigantic creature still amidst the walls along the abandoned caves. Was it a sea or a dream god? No one knows, but today's inhabitants, the sons and daughters of the proud whale hunters, still remember the mysterious and tumultuous stories of their small land off the coast of Massachusetts. Okay.
All I have to do is go to the port. I just hope that I can find a boat able to take... I used to be an avid reader.
Well, I'm sure we will. Learning of medicine and dense work aimed at interns and young practitioners. The first volume lists all illnesses known in the civil world. It details symptoms and suitable treatments.
The Wentworth Agency doesn't attract top-notch cases. The Lost Battalion. Holding your position and obeying orders. That isn't courage.
Not really. Courage is admitting that you're afraid, but willing to stand for what you believe is right.
Natural sciences, linguistics, archaeology.
Here, look at the painting one more time before I go. Okay, we got some stuff to do. Need for drop running, not yet. I don't got nothing for you. Inhabitants. Okay, so we have Stephen Webster, age 63, occupation businessman, a wealthy businessman, more respected in the Boston area. Stephen Webster came to see me in order that I investigate the death of his only daughter. Sarah Hawkins, the man accepts neither refusal nor inconvenient truths. He is ready to do anything to prove that his daughter was not mad. Charles Hawkins, deceased, age 41, occupation ship owner. Charles Hawkins was the local celebrity of Darkwater, the heir of the ship owner family. He used to travel a lot. Met Sarah during a trip in Paris. They fell in love, got married, and Hawkins took her to the remote island of Darkwater. They had a child named Simon, lived happily, and lived a very secretive life. Sarah Hawkins, age 33, occupation painter. Sarah Hawkins, a painter known for her tortured artistic universe. She was worshipped for the strangeness of her work and rarity of her public appearance. I seem to remember that she once said, "I paint what my dreams whisper to me." Her marriage to Charles Hawkins years ago surprised high society columnist. Society columnist? I can't even pronounce words. A wealthy Boston heiress known for her party-going chose to follow her new husband and live as reclusive on the island of Darkwater. She disappeared from the front page of the newspapers and nobody heard any more about her. Even her death in a fire remained a secret. Only her father, Stephen Webster, continued to seek the truth. Simon Hawkins, age 11, occupation schoolboy, only son of Sarah and Charles Hawkins. He died in the fire that claimed his whole family. Two deceased and one still living. The island of Darkwater. It would seem that the world has forgotten the very existence of the isolated rock off the coast of Boston. It is small and hospitable island. Its coast is made up of steep cliffs and sharp reefs. With the only one outlet to the sea, it is mainly inhabited by the descendants of whalers who set up supply posts there in the 1800s. It was a hit severely by the collapse of its activity. I think the only venture on the island that is still profitable is its medicine institute. Intuitive and visionary artists for some, overpriced imposters for others. Sarah Hawkins leave nobody indifferent. This mysterious and reserved painting now offers strange images with violent colors and wild strokes to the world. Never been her testimony to her vision of the world. Then the world of Sarah Hawkins is a portal open to other dimensions, extracted from the notebook of Edward Pierce, private detective. Clues. She been labeled. Some of it's readable, but it's a dark part of the police report says it was first started dining room, declaring the whole entire family was decided on a domestic accident, but they nevertheless insisted Sister Hawkins' face was particularly pie. A press cutting article read about the marriage of Sarah and Charles Hawkins, a businessman from the island of Darkwater. They lived in a reclusive life with their only son, Simon. There's so much threatening a woman and child. Flames can be made out in the background. Stephen Webster, the father of Sarah Hawkins, thinks that it's linked to the death of his daughter. Knowledge. Okay. Coolio. And I make sure before we go.
Darkwater is off the coast of Boston. Natural sciences, linguistics, archaeology.
Okay, before I go, have a drink. Yeah, you know what? One more. Yep, much better. Aw. Plus we're off. No more? Alright. Let's go, party people. I'm gonna miss this office. Goodbye, beautiful office. And hello, Darkwater. Pierce took the Hawkins case. The cursed artist is accused of having caused the fire that killed her and her family. As the only clue, she left her father a disturbing painting in the ship On the shipment label, the address and warehouse said on the docks on the island of Darkwater. This place seems to be the starting point for Pierce's investigation. Let's see if we can solve this case before the end. If you want me to continue with this thing, or what other games you want me to play, just let me know. I'm actually pretty enjoying this because I do enjoy the mystery horror kind of games. They're really fun. Again, it's been a while since I played it, so yeah. Okay, enter. Whoa.
Almost there.
Call of Cthulhu.
Stay on board. There's guys coming to unload. Welcome to Darkwater Island, Mr. Pierce.
Why, thank you, Captain Fitzroy.
So, what wind brought you?
Does the Hawkins case mean anything to you?
A sad story that we would all prefer to forget. Charles Hawkins may have been a landlubber, but he was a good man.
And his wife, Sarah Hawkins.
A nice young woman, and a great pain to what a tragedy. You know what? Go have a drink at the Stranded Whale. What you need is a good pick-me-up. Mitchell may not be very welcoming, but his bar holds a surprise for you. As for me, you'll find me at the harbor master's office. If it's the Hawkins family that brings you here, I have a pile of documents that should interest you.
Understood. I'm going for a look around the docks.
When they approached onto Darkwater, I saw thick, massive clouds in the sky. They were so low. They seemed intent on impaling themselves on the sharp reefs that circle the island. Fitzroy, the captain of the only tub that manages to float to the mainland offer to help me. He may have documents that belong to Charles Hawkins. Fitzroy advises me to visit the Porter Bar. He mentioned a little pick-me-up. I suppose I could get the lay of the land at the same time. Fishermen have gathered around the carcass of a killer whale. I could have a good look around and see what the local cops have to tell me. Fitz offered to share with me that he found what he found on the Hawkins and the archives of harbor masters. I might have to actually talk so that way I can get better at speaking to people. Do you want to no. I want to validate. Validate. Yes. Validate. Yes. Validate. 30%. No, what am I doing? Okay. Darkwater Port. At the entrance of the port, Darkwater, one still passes in front of the shell of the Celia, the last whaling ship to have brought back a catch. Sailors wander the docks looking for some small jobs for the day. A gang of bootleggers have set itself up there. It's gnawing away at the territory of Captain Flitz. Roy, the last sailor to own a boat capable of making the round trip between the island and the mainland. Here, the old age of whaling hunting is but a distant memory. Not much clues. And that's all I know. Okay.
Something coming. Something real bad. Don't put that beast back in the water, you shysters. You're crazy. They're cops. They can't...
The blood is just beginning to coagulate. It died a short time ago. Only a specialist would know what killed it.
Don't put that beast back in the water, you shysters. You're crazy. They're cops.
The same goes for you, sir. Move along.
Actually, I want to ask about Warehouse 36.
I'm looking for this address. Warehouse 36, Darkwater Harbor.
Ah. And so who are you?
I didn't introduce myself. Edward Pierce, private detective.
In any case, it's not very important. I can't answer that.
You can't? Or you don't want to?
Oh, no. I'm not getting into those games, me. Now, please, allow me to do my job.
Don't put that beast back in the water, you shysters.
You can see that I'm busy, can't you?
You can't understand. You're not sailors.
What could have done so much damage?
Don't put that beast back in the water, you shysters. You're crazy. They're cops. They can't understand. Damn stupid idiots. Forget it. Nobody listens to us anymore.
We're already in trouble.
Come on, can we sort this out? You can see he's half drunk.
There's nothing for you
There's
here
nothing
either.
to sort out.
Pretense.
Your chum wanted to stir us up.
You can stay.
Prohibition is just a joke around here. That suits me fine.
Man, these people really feel down and low. Oh!
Hey, be careful. Let's get him another drink. He's dry.
In my bar, we don't serve troublemakers.
That was me looking for it. The guy didn't show respect. Hold. Test.
Yet you served this man, and you can't say he's been on his best behavior.
He's a regular. It was you who provoked him by turning up with your mainland manner.
You mistake my manner. I ask nothing more than to become a regular as well, which will be difficult if you refuse to serve me.
I hope you're less talkative when you're drunk.
Try me.
We'll see.
Let's order a drink.
Captain Fitzroy told me about a little pick-me-up.
You want a drink?
I wouldn't say no to a glass.
Try this.
I think we'll get along well.
Oh. It's a faithful destiny. Cool. I'm friends with this dude. No prohibition here. Find about dark water. Find about...
What can you tell me about her?
We all knew she was famous on the mainland for her paintings. Never understood why. Then, I don't want to speak ill of the dead.
Her style made her famous. How would you describe it? Tortured?
Yeah, well, it wasn't normal. I mean, for a young woman with a child and all that. We saw them in the papers and we said to ourselves, who can paint such things? Is that how she sees the world?
So they made you feel uncomfortable.
You need to see them for yourself. Make up your own mind.
Her vision, was it so terrible?
The way I see it, the truth is really a question of point of view.
What do you mean by that?
Do you still trust the truth after a bottle of whiskey?
I've got what I need.
Anything else?
The stranded whale. I guess this bar has been here a long time.
What can I tell you? I'm a nostalgic sort of guy. The name, it reminds us of the golden age of dock water. When our whalers left for long months and came back, sweating and stinking of the oil and flesh of the whales they'd been hunting.
It was a tough time, all the same.
Ah, but steeped in glory. We've never known such wealth since then.
Let's order one more drink.
Captain Fitzroy told me about a little pick-me-up.
You want a drink?
Same again, please.
Here you go.
Whew. That's no moonshine.
You can say that again. House recipe.
Do you know where this place is? Warehouse 36, Darkwater Harbor.
The Hawkins warehouse. I see, yeah. If I were you, I wouldn't hang around there.
Why not?
First off, there are rumors. Sailors from around here say you can hear noises coming from the warehouse at night. Screams, that sort of thing.
Screams?
And that's not all. There's the fate of its owners and all the superstitions that go with it. But I'll say no more. Anything else?
I didn't expect to find alcohol on this island. What's the source of this miracle?
You mean who? Our source of supply wouldn't like me to betray them to the first comer.
I'll tell nobody.
She'd know it anyway. Anything else?
No, let me order one more drink and then we can just head out.
Captain Fitzroy told me about a little pick-me-up.
You want a drink?
One more. But it'll be the last.
They all say that.
There's rye in that.
Looks like Monsieur is a connoisseur. Not bad for a guy from the city.
That'll be all for now.
And then he said, "You have no right to treat us like this."
The miraculous catch. Apparently, the most significant event of the last 80 years.
The chanty. 21st of May, 1847, miraculous catch. The Scala returns to port to save Darkwater from famine. We've given up hope. The crew of the Scala, or what remains of it, returned to Darkwater port late on the Tuesday afternoon. The locals immediately rushed to the dock to welcome the last whaling ship on the island. People were amazed at the sight of the unbelievable catch the brave vessel had on board. Of a size that went beyond that of a formidable toothed whale. The quotation that is already being called the miraculous catch covered the whole deck. Parts of it were hanging over the side of the ship. The sailors told the frightening accounts of their perilous catch, but also of its meat, unmatched in its quality and plentiful, nourished. There's its benefits. There is no doubt that the immense size of this whale it will allow numerous inhabitants of Darkwater to feed themselves, bringing end to the famine for which part of the island was suffering. Warehouse rent. For Mark, Mr. Mark is putting his warehouse up for rent from June. For fishing workshops or storage activities, you can contact him via your favorite newspaper or visit him on the docks. Special evening at the Stranded Well. To celebrate the return of our brave whalers, all the staff of the Stranded will invite you to an exceptional and free tasting event. Come with your family, friends, and all to the to taste the miraculous catch. Each person will leave with a bottle of oil, so don't hesitate.
And the doctor, what did he say?
He laughed. My God.
Nightmares. Can hear things and voices whispering. Will follow its reader and appear at various locations, gifted with its own consciousness, until it finds a new reader.
Okay.
Do you like our song?
We're true sirens.
We may not be pros, but we give it all we've got.
That's true. It's a reminder of the time when we were still fishing for whales off Darkwater Island.
I've never heard this song before.
Only people from here know it. It tells the story of the miraculous catch.
I saw the newspaper clipping. You don't believe it, do you?
Watch what you say, young man.
That catch saved our island.
Ah. Where's the proof?
We're the proof.
Without it, the whole of Darkwater would have died of hunger in 1847.
It's true. Everything happened just as it says in the newspaper report. Our grandparents tasted its flesh.
And it was delicious.
What brought whaling to an end?
The whales, of course.
They all disappeared.
You exhausted the stocks.
You could say that, yes. There were fewer and fewer of them.
Until the last, the biggest.
The one of the miraculous catch.
Exactly.
I bid you farewell, gentlemen.
Good night, stranger.
So long.
I had the wing of a girl.
You have no right to treat us like this.
What you looking at, stranger?
I'm just passing by. Sorry.
Let me drink, stranger. I told you to beat it.
Can't understand. You're not sailors.
You can see that I'm busy, can't you?
You can't.
Don't put that beast back in the water, you shysters.
What could have done so much?
Don't put that beast back in the water, you shysters. You're crazy.
They're cops. They can't understand.
Damn stupid idiots.
I wonder what Captain Fitzroy has got to say about this woman cat.
The terms of agreement are clear. Keep your man under control. You can't afford to provoke us. No need to answer this message. Just keep your... The courier cat. say about this woman cat.
Broken. This place seems half abandoned. The Scylla. It finished up beached at the entrance to the harbor. A souvenir from a more prosperous era. I guess this blackboard hasn't been wiped for more than 70 years. This man and Fitzroy could be twins. What a macabre souvenir.
Interesting. Okay, let's check with our information. Okay, we got a new one. Roy Mitchell, age 55, occupation, owner of the Stranded Whale Bar. Roy Mitchell runs the only bar on dark water. Prohibition has no hold on the stranded whales, and sailors come to seek some comfort in Michael's whiskey. The man, therefore, known was more than anyone. The secret rumors that inhabited the inhabitants of the island exchange after a few glasses. Michael is devoted to the golden age of whaling hunting. If the numerous trophies that decorate his establishment are anything to go by, the man will talk freely on his subject on which he is so keen. But he will be far less enthusiastic if one was to inquire about his source of liquor. I'm not going to complain. The Stranded Whale. A bar where liquor is served with a total of impunity. The last thing I expect to find when I arrived on this island, the Stranded Whale, is its name. It's managed with an iron hand by the owner. It's certain that he does not tolerate troublemakers, and he fiercely protects the identity of his supplier. All the items of the area seem to go there, and I even saw what looks to be a truce between the bootleggers and the sailors. The miraculous catch is what the locals call the last catch of their whalers. In 1841, all through the whales were disappearing from the fishing zone of dark water whalers. The crew of Scylla made a gigantic and monstrous catch to save the island from famine. They still celebrate their catch, and an article from the Times still decorates the bar. It is strange how the memory seems to so alive, as if it was maintained by the survivors. Extract from the notebook of Edward Pierce, private detective. Clear. If you're under control, you can afford to roll because you don't need to answer this message. Just keep your payment to the courier. This photograph, a man who looks like Captain Fitzroy is posing on the bridge of a ship. He has a wooden leg. Ugh.
Fishing equipment. Could do with some rust remover.
I need some privacy. Ooh, yeah, there we go. Good. Okay. Let's talk to Mr. Dude.
I've brought out the Charles Hawkins cargo manifests. They're They're on the table next to you. But in truth, you're likely to be disappointed. When you're done, come join me on the deck.
These manifests are signed by Charles Hawkins. That's all I'll get from them.
Only a few dates are still illegible. 1890, 1907, and a particular date. The rest of the documents is blacked out. Who would want this information to be hidden? Who knows?
From here, I see everything that goes on in the harbor. The hard-working lives of my sailors, the fights at the stranded whale. Even the antics of these wharf rats don't escape me.
It's you who lays down the law around here.
Oh, I wouldn't go that far. I'm just the last serving captain on Darkwater. Tell me what I can do to help you.
The miraculous catch. Is it a local legend?
Not at all. It's an episode from our glorious past. Go read the story of the sailor's return to Darkwater Harbor. It's displayed on a wall of the stranded whale.
I'm just back from the wharves. The dead killer whale is unsettling the sailors.
Ah, yes. Us men of the sea are superstitious folk.
Killer whales don't have many known predators.
That's true. And normally, they're not found around here. But, you're gonna take me for a fool.
Give it a try.
Have you heard about the depths? Trenches that plunge into the earth and that shelter creatures unlike any other.
You're talking about mythology.
Ha! Indeed, you're right.
The police took the decision to put the killer whale back into the sea.
You've got to understand them. They didn't know what to do with it.
I think that was a mistake. Who says that whatever caused those wounds is no longer in these waters?
You think we should have kept it?
To look into the real cause of its death, at least. I was looking at your photograph. The one of the man in front of the boat.
Ah, yes, I can see the one you're talking about.
Interesting resemblance. I thought it was you, but with a wooden leg.
And for good reason. That's my father in the photograph.
Your father?
John Fitzroy, captain of the Scylla. His wooden leg is here. You can go and see it if you're interested.
I found a threatening letter, signed by a certain cat.
What? I don't mind you visiting my harbor master's office, but I prefer if you didn't go through my affairs.
Are you being blackmailed?
Not exactly, no. That shyster wants to make us pay protection money.
With any success?
I wouldn't say that, but she terrifies my men as much as her own.
Can you not do anything to stop her?
Don't you worry about that.
Your manifests have been blacked out. They're totally unreadable.
Yeah, I saw that. I've got no idea who did it or why. I don't remember having countersigned anything special enough for someone to hide it.
And why obliterate the dates, as well as the goods stored in the warehouse?
You mean that the dates have some meaning?
I'm surprised Charles Hawkins had goods to store, knowing that whaling stopped in 1847.
I see that you're interested in the history of our island. Indeed, maritime activities ceased altogether at the end of the last century. I imagine that the Hawkins family had other types of contracts.
But you don't know with whom?
No, it was none of my business.
I'm looking for Warehouse 36. Do you know where it is?
Look, it's right there. The warehouse is opposite the jetty. You can't miss it.
Understood.
You know who the building belongs to, don't you?
It belonged to the Hawkins family.
Precisely. Ship owners from father to son.
I think that somebody here wanted me to search this warehouse. Can you tell me where the warehouse is again?
Look, I've already shown it to you. It's the one with the cop on guard duty out front. You can't miss it.
Understood. I shall be on my way.
So come back and see me when you've got something new.
Awesome.
But you won't stop asking.
The miraculous catch. Apparently, the most significant event of the last 80 years.
Do you like our song?
We're true sirens. We may not be pros, but we give it all we've got.
That's true. It's a reminder of the time when we were still fishing for whales off Darkwater Island.
I heard the Hawkins family owned a warehouse on the docks.
An old family of ship owners.
Tell me something I don't already know.
They were made much richer by the miraculous catch.
You shouldn't talk about the dead like that.
We're not speaking ill. We're just saying that Daniel Hawkins made a fortune without taking any risk.
There! You're speaking ill, you see.
It's your proof that the miraculous catch really did happen.
I bid you farewell, gentlemen.
Good night, stranger.
So long.
What can I get you?
What can you tell me about her?
We all knew she was famous on the mainland for her paintings. Never understood why. Then, I don't want to speak ill of the dead.
I've got what I need. I read the article on the miraculous catch. Interesting local folklore.
Don't get it into your head to repeat that round here. It's more than folklore. On that day, the crew of the Scylla caught an exceptional catch. The biggest whale ever caught. And they saved dock water from famine.
What do you know about the Hawkins warehouse?
If I were you, I wouldn't hang around there.
Why not?
First off, there are rumors. Sailors from around here say you can hear noises coming from the warehouse at night. Screams, that sort of thing.
Screams?
And that's not all. There's the fate of its owners and all the superstitions that go with it. But I'll say no more. Anything else?
Captain Fitzroy told me about a little pick-me-up.
You want a drink?
Aw, I can't get no more drinks. Great, you caught me off.
That'll be all for now.
What? Another break? I told you to beat it.
Okay.
Prohibition is just a joke around here. That suits me fine.
Nobody listens to us anyway.
That's no way to treat an omen.
You didn't tell me that the warehouse I was looking for was right in front of us.
Because its owner is dead. And I don't want to see you hanging around it. Now please, leave us to our work.
You can't. Don't put that beast back in the water, you shysters. You're crazy.
They're cops. They can't understand.
What could have done so much damage?
You can't understand.
What could have done so much damage?
Don't put that beast back in the water, you shysters. You're
Oh.
crazy.
They're cops. They can't understand.
You gotta save. Nope.
Damnation. I broke it. It's no use. The padlock won't give. St. Brendan, patron saint of sailors and travelers. Desecrated. Looks like Phoenician, or a very primitive runic script. I've never seen anything like it. This language, it's a whole lot older than this statue.
That's not nice, though. Desecrating a saint like that.
saw what happened with those sailors. Don't hang around here unless you want trouble with the bootleggers.
I've seen the kind of messages their boss sends. You're not scared of her.
Of course I am. Everyone's scared of that woman. She's not interested in small fry like me. You, on the other hand, nose around too much, you'll have dealings with her.
This warehouse looks abandoned. Why does it interest them so much?
No doubt a question of territory, but I ain't asking. You want to know more, go ask the captain.
Good. Thank you. I shall take my leave. It looks like there's a way in under this grate. A whale vertebra. If the newspaper clipping in the bar is true, this bone is a real fossil.
This part enables heavy loads to be lifted and held aloft without risk.
This ratchet device seems to be usable.
This lever activates
A handle.
mechanism.
It must come from these old winches. I could use this old winch to lift the grating.
Okay, what do we have? John Fitzroy. Prison Captain Fitzroy is the captain of the Charles, and the only boat that sails between Darkwater and the Boston. His base is in the harbor office where he misses nothing that happens on the island. The inhabitants of Darkwater respect him. The bootleggers despise him. He offered to help me in my investigation. This painter is the Saint Brendan. Does the patron saint of Wales and Wales still protect the citizens of Darkwater? Physically, there were other gods before Saint Brendan, and their worship do not seem to be of this opinion. The locals still worship the old saint, but a mark on the statue was made by another cult. Check from the notebook of Edward Price, private detective.
crazy.
They're cops. They can't understand.
You live here?
Why did you do that, huh?
We saw what you did to St. Brendan.
Yeah, we'll teach you to come onto our island and ridicule our protectors.
How can I be the one who defaced your saint? I've just come ashore, you idiots.
That's true. We're as drunk as lords.
You bet. You could have gone by without us seeing you.
Do not rile me. You can hardly stand up.
He's right. We're no match.
For the moment. We're annoyed. It's understandable.
There's you, our beloved statue, and then those two bozos behind us. Wait, now that I think about it, it's got to be them. There's one of them who's always going back and forth to the statue.
Quieter. That's all we need for them to hear us.
What brings you to dark water?
That statue represents your local saint.
What do you mean by local, exactly?
He wouldn't be looking down at us, like all townspeople do.
St. Brendan. He protected whalers and fishermen like us. Until those assholes defaced him.
Peculiar house.
Yeah, that's where we live. Our boat.
It's not because it doesn't float anymore that we're going to abandon it.
Yeah, it
Isn't it a bit
like
early
ship,
for
right?
alcohol?
We got nothing better to do anyway. There's not much work around here.
Fitzroy gives us a few chores every now and again, but since the whaling station shut down, ain't a lot of jobs left around here.
So we drink.
The two guys behind you. What are they guarding?
The bootleggers. Scum.
They're protecting their territory. From whom, I wonder?
They really don't have a choice anyway. They're more scared of Cat than an attack by drunken sailors.
If only they would kill each other.
Is it Cat who's shaking down Captain Fitzroy?
Hold on just a minute. We didn't tell you a thing.
Nothing at all.
Oh, so you're asleep, Shinamashiro? Oh, don't worry.
I've taken enough of your time.
We'll see you later.
And I've just been chatting with my friends. Sharing good? I don't even remember how I even took out this lighter. Hello, lighter. I don't know how to put you back in. Wait, how do I put you back in? Settings, graphic. Subtitles on, crosshairs on, control. Next light, previous light.
Just passing by.
It's been
Thank you guys for watching my stream.
Wow. Now you're taking over my stream. Oh, that's how you take it out. Hey, now I know how to play with my lighter. It's my lighter.
No, if it gets out, I'll have serious problems with you-know-who.
I bet that you hid them somewhere in your hut on the docks.
Not even. And don't go looking there.
Someone is staring at you.
Oh, shush.
The creepy smile.
What are you? Are you under it now? I'm okay. As long as I have my lighter with me, I am safe.
Who's this guy? No idea. You better keep it shut.
Don't worry, we don't have a clear conscience.
Quiet. What's with you wandering around here like a hungry dog?
We saw you talking to the two soaps. Go die of thirst, the lot of you. It'll stink less.
I've got to enter the Hawkins warehouse. I guess it's going to be complicated.
No, it's very simple, in fact. Fuck off.
I don't give a damn about your racket. I just want to get into this warehouse.
Now, we don't give a damn about you. Whatever your reason for wanting inside, there's nothing we can do for you.
I've got to get inside. It's your boss who sent me.
Oh, yeah? And why didn't she say anything to us?
She sent me to see who's filching her stock.
I don't know what you're talking about.
You got no proof to back up your claims, and I'd advise you against snitching.
If I can't get rid of those two, I'll have to look for another way.
That's no way to treat an omen.
Oh, yeah?
I could probably ask Cat herself. Where's Cat? Cat, where are you? Oh, there you are.
I told you to beat it.
Oh, you want to talk to me? How rude. Are you enjoying the stream? My little yandere. Since I can't get in there, I'm gonna have to figure out another way.
There is nothing to be afraid of even when the night changes.
Yeah, like I said, I'm not really afraid. I got my trusty lighter, lighter, lighter. I got my trusty lighter. I don't know why you won't work.
Look at you, I choose you.
Now you're just trolling. Let's see what we can figure out.
Look at you use Thunderball.
Well, I can't really do much.
You didn't tell me that the warehouse I was looking for was right in front of us.
Because its owner is dead. And I don't want to see you hanging around it. Now please, leave us to our work.
You can't understand.
Don't put that beast back in the water, you shysters. You're crazy.
They're cops. They can't understand.
Well, well, look who's back.
Did you miss us?
I have an offer that could interest you.
We're listening.
I need you to keep them busy for a while.
You send us to take the punishment while you go quietly about your business. What's in it for us?
What would convince you to help me?
There's only one thing that'll get us to move.
For sure. Bring us something to drink and we'll take care of the bootleggers.
Liquor?
Exactly.
I'll try to find some for you.
Okay, so the only person that I can think of to have any sort of liquor would be the bartender.
Forget it. Nobody listens to us anymore.
What can I get you?
Let's say I want to buy a bottle from you.
Choice is yours. Everything's on sale.
What would you say to a deal? Your bottle for a service.
It's $5 for everyone, including you.
Are you sure?
Certain.
I guess I'm not desperate.
I'm not judging you.
That'll be all for now.
Cool. This is actually much more easier than in my first playthrough, because last time I really annoyed and pissed off everybody. But this time, everybody seems to like me a lot better.
Oh,
that
yeah.
guy is a lot nicer.
He's gonna get us into trouble.
Where do you think you're going?
Who are these others so interested in the warehouse?
And why would I tell you?
You and I are on the same side of the law.
Oh, yeah?
You don't want to know the truth behind this case.
Are you saying our work was not up to snuff? Forget it.
I thought that the Hawkins case had been closed.
That's true.
So what are you doing on guard duty in front of this warehouse?
Who's asking the questions here, the cop or the tourist?
What more can you say about the death of the Hawkins family?
Not much more than what everyone knows. I wasn't on the case. They were all burnt to death, right? Up at their place.
The whole mansion went up in flames.
Don't get it into your head to go wandering around up there. It's dangerous.
What do you mean by that?
The only one left there is old Silas, and the accident has affected him badly. He can be unpredictable, especially if a stranger starts poking around the property.
Is he a danger to the public?
No, he's in his own home. Do yourself a favor. Leave him well alone.
Okay.
You again. I told you to beat it.
No need to get worked up.
Oh, you won't let me in? Well, this is gonna be annoying. Okay, Lighter, what should I do? Should I give them the bottle? No, burn them all. Burn them all. Okay, I'm gonna give them the bottle.
So, have you got what we asked you for?
Here.
Now, sit back and enjoy our performance. Follow me. Cheers, you jackass.
Oof, I don't feel well.
Hey, where are you going?
Uh-oh.
I hope for your sake that I didn't here.
No, it's not what you think. It's just that you sell your stuff at too high a price.
You got it coming. You know
Okay. Well, that was helpful.
Let's see. Shoot. I'll have to find another way to get in.
Okay, so I can't get in there.
Well, well. A little mouse has got lost on our turf.
Uh-oh.
You're not only inquisitive, you're also stupid. What gave you the crazy idea to come onto my turf?
I just want to get through. Let me just...
This muddy alley is yours? Good for you. I've got work to do.
I don't think that you've quite understood the situation. I'll tell you how things work around here. I decide who comes in and who stays out. And anyone who doesn't respect my rules, I punish them.
Is your name Kat?
What of it?
Maybe we can come to an understanding.
Maybe. Or maybe not.
Oh! Oh, dear.
Get this joker out of here. He might have a little trouble walking on his own.
Oh, no, it's okay. Don't worry. I'm okay.
I'm getting careless.
Please.
I didn't see that coming. If I want to get into this warehouse, I'm going to have to deal with her.
Please. My tongue got ahead of my senses. Or something like that. Hey, tell him to calm down. It was just a little joke.
Okay, so they won't let me in, and I can't get them to help me. I'm sorry, dude. Oh, great. What now?
It's a sign. There's something coming.
I just want to get in there and do my job. That's it.
Hey, Mitchell. A drink for our new friend. I owe you. You don't know how to fight, but at least you've got guts.
Yeah, aching guts.
Huh. I've got them too. But you don't hear me whining like a pooch who's lost its leash. You didn't back down. Something that I respect. So understand by that, if I catch you again, you'll carry a more permanent reminder of our encounter. Tell me, what brings you to Darkwater?
I'm investigating the deaths of the Hawkins family.
It's very nice of you to tell me the truth so openly. But it's also really stupid of you. You really don't seem to know the area. Let me give you a little advice. If you want to survive more than a day in this rat hole, avoid talking about them to the first people you meet.
I've got a few questions about the island.
I'm not here to give you information. Mitchell will tell you what he wants to tell you.
Is that more dangerous than having a drink with you?
I'm not kidding. The old families, they were here long before us. And they'll be here long after we're gone.
The old families?
The descendants of the first whalers. These people truly worship their ancestors.
I need to get into the Hawkins warehouse.
You're out of luck. It's on my turf.
It's precisely for that reason that I've come to see you.
Are you pulling my leg?
Think it over. I've seen what you're capable of. And you didn't miss me.
I accept the compliment. Well, I see you're serious. To be honest, as long as it doesn't interfere with my business, I don't care. But I'll go with you, to make sure you don't stick your nose into things that don't concern you.
Sounds honest to me.
I'm not finished. If I do that for you, if I let you onto our turf to conduct your little affairs, you'll be indebted to me, and I guarantee that I always collect on what I'm owed. Think about it. I help you, you'll owe me a favor in return. Do you accept?
Do I have a choice?
Oh, we always have one, Detective. Follow me.
Nobody questions your authority here. I was given to believe that Fitzroy stood up to you.
That dope tried to save face in front of his sailors. They revere their brave captain as they do their old statues. But sooner or later, all statues get buried in bird shit. And nobody cares.
And the police? They do nothing to stop you?
The local cops? The cops drink like everyone else, sweetheart. They know where their interests lie. Apart from that pig-headed Bradley. I don't know whether to admire his stubbornness or to have pity on him.
That's no way to treat an omen.
Oh, yeah? He's gonna get us into trouble. You can't understand. You're not seeing.
I guess... Oh, and they moved.
It's fine. He's with me.
Oh.
Yeah,
Okay.
me and Mr. Flame. Yeah. I actually want to check out something. Oh, the flame's actually cool. The shadows are pretty good.
That's how it's done. Do I still need to hold your hand? Or do you think you'll get by on your own now?
Don't overdo it.
Good. In that case, I'll leave you. I've done enough mothering for now.
Ugh, this place stinks. What is the connection between this place and the Sarah Hawkins case?
To enter reconstructive scene, hold L2 and R2.
What happened here?
Somebody must have been upset. There's some blood, gashes, and bandage. So somebody must have cut themselves really bad or something.
These painkillers were prescribed 3 months ago. Someone has been taking them since the time of the Hawkins death. It smells as bad as it looks.
Yeah. 3 months.
Can't sleep. I know how that feels. Is this one of Sarah Hawkins' paintings? What is this picture of Charles and Sarah Hawkins doing here?
My best guess this might be a stalker or something. Oh, I got two. Okay. Age 24. The boss of a gang of bootleggers which seems to use Darkwater as a hideout. Cat always keeps an eye on her territory, the zone of the abandoned warehouse on the docks. I have the impression that all the men in Darkwater fear her. Even Mitchell, the owner of the Standard Whale, is reluctant to talk about her. She uses Darkwater as the point of departure for her cargoes of whiskey. She is slowly gnawing away at Captain Fitz's territory. Hawkins' warehouse. Officially unused since Charles Hawkins' death, this warehouse is recently housed in clandestine residence. Signs of life attest to the fact the presence of blood-stained bandages must also be noted, probably removed from a wound, as well as pills, painkillers and sleeping pills. Moreover, the occupant seems to be obsessed with Sarah Hawkins, as attested by the presence of several documents connected to the artist's life, photograph, press cutting. But it is the discovery of a partially charred painting, recognized by Officer Bradley as having come from the Hawkins mansion, that allows all doubts to be lifted as the link between the contents of this building and the Hawkins case.
Someone has settled in here.
And whoever it is has something to tell me about the Hawkins case. Is there anyone in there? You! Don't move! Detective Pierce. I told you to stay away from this warehouse.
You seem like a competent officer. We should help each other.
You're trying to manipulate me, Mr. Pierce. I hate to be taken for a fool.
All right, Inspector Lestrade. Let me take a more direct approach. Can you explain what this painting is doing here?
This strange portrait. Wait, I know it. It was in the Hawkins mansion when we came to investigate the fire.
So you confirm that it was removed from the crime scene? Interesting. I'd like to go and see the mansion now.
Of course. You want to go back along his trail. I'd like to understand how this painting made it to here. Come on. My car's parked down the way. Andrews, would you please shut the door? And open your eyes, damn it. This guy went right under your nose. God damn it. Her again. This case has nothing to do with you, Baker. Clear the passage or I'll shut you up for obstruction.
Officer Bradley, you've finally grown a pair. Too bad you're too fat to see them down there.
Why, you...
Come on, keep the smile. You don't want to force me to widen it.
Okay, I get it. Can we go to the mansion now?
I thought I'd straightened you out, mister. I am disappointed, but we'll meet again.
Is it far, this mansion?
Look behind you, at the top of the ridge. You see the building? That's the Hawkins mansion. Come on, we got some driving to do.
Pierce managed to get into the warehouse. The place thought to be in to reveal some surprising signs of recent occupation, as well as a partially charred painting entrusted in his research by Officer Bradley. Pierce convinced him to join his investigation. The police officer is willing to drive the detective to the Hawkins mansion. So far, what I think is just like somebody related to the Hawkins and that bandage. Well, appears that he might be involved with the flame because he might not need. He'll need something. So I would probably suggest somebody who's obsessed. My best guess would probably be the husband, thinking that he might be responsible for killing his wife, but framing her and having to relive that pain of accidentally killing his wife would put him in some psychological issue, which will need the sleeping pills and the medication for his burned hands and other instances. But who knows? We'll continue the madness. He has a Joker scar.
Well, here we are. Hawkins Mansion. The place has been abandoned since the fire. There's only old Winchester in his hut.
That the mansion burnt down. This place is falling into ruin. You know the place very well. I'm the first to talk about the Winchester. Anything I should be wary of?
I see no scorched trees or fire damage on the building.
You're pretty damn observant, ain't you? The fire was quickly contained. Old Silas acted as soon as he could.
Not soon enough to save the Hawkins.
They were trapped in the drawing room. And don't go troubling Silas anymore. His guilt torments him enough as it is. Are we gonna take a closer look at this mansion, or do you have other questions?
You're the one who looked after the Hawkins case.
Don't think I was trying to hide it. It's just that this discovery shakes my convictions.
That's why you're so keen to find out who removed the painting from the mansion.
Yes. If something escaped us, or if there's been a law enforcement error, then it's up to the police to make good its mistake. Anything else?
Your partner, Andrews, warned me against him.
You managed to get something out of that bum? I'll end up asking you for advice.
He talks too much. He inferred that old Silas was slightly unhinged.
That's not far off the mark, I suppose. But kinda unfair at the same time. You know, Silas Winchester has been working for the Hawkins family as far back as I can remember. Charles was like a son to him. The day of the fire, he lost his whole family. So he's got nowhere to go. And, as you'll see, in a way, he's still watching over them. Is there anything else you want to ask me? Or do you want to go up there?
You won't get me to believe that it looked any better 3 months ago.
It's a very old building, you know? Its foundations would probably date from the arrival of the first settlers.
It's got nothing to do with Charles Hawkins' debts.
Ha! You've already begun to nose around, it would seem. So, since you already know it, the Hawkins family couldn't afford the upkeep of this house. It remains to be seen what they did with all their money. I wager it was Charles Hawkins' travels. Let's go up there. Unless you still have questions.
I prefer to be prepared if there's going to be trouble.
It's a wise attitude. But apart from old Silas and some rotten floorboards, there's nothing to worry about.
Could he be a problem?
Strictly speaking, he ain't dangerous. But since the tragedy, he's been a little touched. Though he's a remarkably sturdy man, given his age. A true force of nature.
A sad old man doesn't worry me.
Gee, if you don't want to listen to my advice, we might as well go. Right?
Night falls quickly here, and I want to be able to see when we arrive.
I'll go with you, if only to reassure Silas.
Why not? You can help.
Right. Let's go.
Okay, well, let's save and leave. Return to a menu. Yes. Okay, well, that's the end of Call of Cthulhu. I hope you enjoyed the stream.